I believe you have a word that will carry us throughout next year and our entire lives, that will make a difference, oh God, in each and every one of our situations. And we give your name the praise in Jesus' name. Amen. Oh, come on, give the Lord a hand of praise today. Look at somebody, tell them God is good. Come on, tell them God is good. And all the time the Lord is good. We serve an awesome God. Amen. So good to see everyone. Open your Bibles, please, to Genesis. Genesis chapter 26, verse 12. I believe God has a special prophetic word for us. I was driving. You know, sometimes God speaks to us in different ways as pastors when we receive a word. And when the Lord speaks to me like he did this time, it's usually because God wants to do something special. Amen. I was driving and this word just dropped in my spirit. And the Lord began to minister to me. Genesis chapter 26, we're going to read verse 1. And there was a famine in the land besides the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. Go to verse 12. And Isaac sold in the land and received in the same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed great, and went forward and grew until he became very great. For he had possessions of flocks and possessions of herds and great store of servants. And the Philistines envied him for all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham, his father. And the Philistines had stopped them and filled them with dirt. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, Go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. And Isaac departed tent and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar and dwelt there. And Isaac digged again the wells of water which they digged in the days of Abraham, his father. For the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley and found there a well of springing water. And the herdsmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdsmen, saying, The water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. And they digged another well and strove for that also, and he called the name of it Sidna. And he removed from tents and digged another well, and for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth, and he said, For now the Lord had made room for us, for we shall be fruitful in the land. Today we're going to use for a thought opportunity. Opportunity. You know, I preached this sermon a million times, it seems. And I never preached it from the perspective that we will be talking from today. Opportunity. I was just driving in my car, and the Lord spoke to my heart. He said, opportunity. And I said, okay, God, opportunity. Because you know, when I preach this, man, I'm coming to get it. I'm talking about so. We're going to make it happen. So, but God said, opportunity. Opportunity is a set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. So, opportunity is a set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. So God said, tell the people opportunity. Church, one of the biggest enemies of success, a lack of success, is a lack of opportunity. One of the reasons why we have more young people graduating from college than ever before. But what many of them lack is opportunity. We're doing better as a society. I mean, we have education, we have skills, we have creativity. But all of that is nothing without an opportunity. Without a set of circumstances that are lined up that will help us to do when opportunity and success connects, opportunity connects with my destiny, it equals success. So here in this word, God said opportunity, because nothing can happen without opportunity. Let me break it down again. How many Saints fans we have? How many LSU fans? We all over in here. So Drew Brees is the quarterback of the Saints. For those who don't know, Drew Brees, sit down, Garrett Raiders fan. Drew Brees played for the Chargers. And when Drew Brees played for the Chargers, he had a very bad injury. When he came back, they replaced him with Rivers. And Drew Brees signed a contract with the Saints because he didn't want to sit on anyone's bench. And after he had accomplished all the things he accomplished with the Saints, He won Super Bowl. He in the playoffs all the time. He broke all kind of records. Drew Brees said, I wanted an opportunity to show that I could still play. Without an opportunity, with all his skill, with all his talent, he would have never played. How many people do you and I know who never received that opportunity? How many of our children, we need to be praying, Lord, give them opportunity. Connect them with their destiny so that they can be successful in life. Because our children have education, they have skills, but without opportunity, nothing can happen. Joe Burrow, the quarterback for LSU, was playing for Ohio State. The same team that he just beat in the playoffs, 63-28, 69-28. And I can imagine when he played them, he was thinking, do you know he was on the bench in Ohio State because he never received an opportunity, because they had other quarterbacks that they were playing ahead of him. And he decided to go to LSU and take a chance. And when he received the Heisman Trophy this year, he was crying with tears streaming down from his eyes. And he said, I'm grateful for the opportunity, for this man believing me and trusting me with his program to lead it as their quarterback. Because of an opportunity, Joe Burrow is LSU is football quarterback. He won the Heisman Trophy. He has broken so many records in college football this year because he received an opportunity. But how many of you know Drew Brees would have never been the person he is without an opportunity? Joe Burrow would have never been the person he is without an opportunity. Wave your hand and say, Lord, I need opportunity. Come on, say, Lord, my children need opportunity. Oh, y'all better say it like you mean. I need some people who are hungry to get out the place you are. Come on, say, Lord, this year in 2020, send opportunity my way. Look at somebody, say, I got skills. Say, I have an education. I have creativity. All I need is a chance. So the Lord began to speak to my heart, and he said, opportunity. He said, tell the people that this is the year that opportunity will be released in their life. And we're about to get in this word in a moment. But what I need you to understand is none of these people who have achieved the things they achieved would have achieved it without an opportunity. So we need God to give us opportunity. What is opportunity? It's when circumstances are lined up and it creates an opportunity for a chance. All I need is a chance. A chance. We want our children to receive a chance. We want our daughters to receive a chance. We want our sons and our family members, and we want each other. All we need is a chance. Do you know how much talent is in this place? Do you know how much creativity is in this place? But all we need is, like Drew Brees said, is a chance. Church, in Genesis 26, Isaac was the son of Abraham. The Bible said there was a famine in the land. And God spoke to Isaac and said, do not go to Egypt. Because I imagine because of the famine in the land, many people were leaving and going to Egypt where there was opportunity, where there was food, where there was supplies. But God spoke to him and he said, if you stay here, I will bless you. He said, if you stay here, I will bless your seed. I will cause you to be fruitful and multiply. So Isaac, he thought about it and he obeyed God. And when he obeyed God in the midst of the famine, God said, I'll give you opportunity. Look at your neighbor, say, neighbor, in the midst of your lack, opportunity is about to come through the door. Opportunity is about to be released in my life. So the Bible said, key number one to receiving opportunity is to sow. The Bible says Isaac sowed in the land. I want you to understand this. There was lack everywhere. Nobody had anything. And Isaac, he sowed. He took his resources and he began to dig wells. He employed people. He began to dig wells because he believed that God told him that opportunity was in the land. Look at me. See, you don't sow until you realize that opportunity is going to be released as a result of your seed. See, I sow because I see in the spirit realm that God is trying to do something in the natural realm. So the Bible said Isaac sowed in the land. And when he began to sow in the land, the Bible said the same year, God blessed him 100-fold. But check this out. Opportunity is hidden in the midst of obstacles. Look at somebody, say opportunity is hidden in the midst of obstacles. Guess what happened? After Isaac began to be blessed, after he began to utilize all the wells that his father Abraham had, guess what happened? The Bible said they filled his wells with dirt. Let me help you understand the relevance of the wells. Number one, the wells represented all the social resources of the community that were necessary to endure and to thrive. In the midst of a famine, if you had a well, you had all the resources necessary, not just to endure, but to thrive. Why? Because people needed water to drink, people needed water for their crops, people needed water for their food, people needed water. So when they needed water, who were they going to come to? The person with the well. So the bottom line, wells were symbolic as something you needed to be successful. But the Bible said because they envied Isaac. Look at somebody, say folks are going to envy you when God starts blessing you. The Bible said they envied Isaac and they began to fill up every well that his father Abraham had. They filled it up with dirt. How many of you know some people would rather see them will hurt themselves to hurt you? See, here's the revelation. They didn't have to fill it up with dirt. They could have just took it from him because they were stronger and they were mightier. So the king of the Philistines in Gerar, they came and told him, you got to leave because you are mightier than us. Look at me for one moment. The devil sees the anointing on you, but do you see the anointing on you? Your enemy sees the anointing on you, but do you see the anointing on you? See, we around here with our heads on low. We around here complaining about what didn't happen last year. Oh, 2020 is a new year. The last certain of this year, I'm here to let you know that opportunity is about to come your way, that God is about to release some things, that God is about to open some doors, that if you're sick in your body, your healing is about to be released. If you've been praying for a miracle, your miracle is about to be released. Every door that was closed yesterday is about to open up today. Look at somebody, say opportunity. Oh, you ought to be excited right now. You ought to feel like Drew Brees. You ought to feel like Joe Burrow. You ought to be glad that somebody's about to give you a chance. God said, with every door that closed, I'm about to open up another one. Can I get 3 people to say opportunity? Come on, say opportunity. A set of circumstances are about to line up for God to bless me and take me to the next level. Sit down just for a moment. So look, church, the Bible said they filled his wells up with dirt because they didn't want to see him succeed. Abimelech the king said, you're greater than us. You got to go. Here is Isaac, the son of Abraham, who thought he was about to walk into his destiny, but was denied the opportunity to succeed. He was denied the opportunity to do. Now, I can see him saying, God, didn't you say if I stayed here that you would bless me? I'm walking with him. I'm in his mind. I can hear him saying, God, all my inheritance, every well that my daddy built. See, Isaac thought that God was going to bless him through his daddy wells. But when all of his daddy wells was filled with dirt, I imagine Isaac was devastated. See, some of us sitting back waiting for somebody to leave us something, and we think that's going to set us up for life. But when I'm here to let you know, you better get your own. Look at somebody say, God loves a child who gets his own. You don't have to sit around and wait for nobody to die for you to walk into a blessing. And Isaac thought he had walked into a blessing. And Isaac said, look, I will obey God. And see, in his mind, he thought that when God said that I'm going to bless you if you stay in the land, in his mind, he was saying, my daddy got all these wells. I know how you're going to do it. You're going to bless me because every well my daddy did, I'm about to inherit them. And all those wells, I'm just going to be a rich man. But the Bible said every well was filled with dirt. I'm here to let you know it doesn't matter what the devil did yesterday. It doesn't matter who tried to stop you. It doesn't matter who tried to block you. It doesn't matter what doors closed. Look at somebody say opportunity is about to come my way. Now here's Isaac, church. Here's Isaac. All his opportunities was washed up. All the wells was filled with dirt. Oh my God, I can hear Isaac in my mind. Lord, what I'm going to do? You told me stay here. Oh, am I talking to any believers in here? You ever tired and still was broke? You ever believe God for a healing and was still sick? You ever believe God for a breakthrough and still was going through? You ever said in your mind, God, you told me that if I call on your name, that you would answer my prayer. Lord, you told me that if I were tired, you would bless my finances. Lord, you told me that you would heal my body, but my body's still sick. I'm here to let you know that it ain't over until God says that it's over. So here's Brother Isaac. All my daddy wells been closed. I thought I was about to connect my opportunity with my destiny, and I was going to be successful. And it blocked all my wells. I can hear Isaac saying, what in the world is going on? In verses 3 through 5, God told me he was going to bless me. In verses 3 through 5, God told me he was going to open the doors for me. In verses 3 through 5, God told Isaac that I'm going to make a way for you. And Isaac thought it was coming through the wells. Let me tell you something. Your blessing ain't coming the way you think it's coming. Your breakthrough ain't coming the way you think it's coming. For eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. It haven't even entered into your heart what God is about to do. See, you don't even understand it. You think it's coming from Billy. Because Billy been your sugar daddy for 25 years. It's time to let Billy go. You think it's coming from your job because you've been working there for 30 years. Your job may not do it, but God got something that he's about to do in your life. And I dare you just to give him some praise, because opportunity is about to be released in your situation. So look, here it is. Isaac just knew it was coming from the wells. He knew his blessing was coming because God promised it to him. Anybody ever thought something was going to happen and it didn't happen how you thought it was going to happen, but you still believe in God that God is going to do it for you? The third thing I found out, in order to walk in God's preordained opportunity, you got to obey him. You got to sow something. You got to give something. You got to believe God that there's an anointing on your seed. You got to believe God that God is going to use what you got and use it to bless you because you obeyed him. So look, number three, if we're going to get opportunity, the next thing God told Isaac said, when the king told him to leave the land of Gerar, Isaac left and went to the valley. Look at somebody and say, number 3, reposition yourself. Look at somebody and say, reposition yourself. Don't keep doing the same thing. Don't keep crying about the same problem. Don't keep worrying about the same folks who keep letting you down every time you give them another chance. Look at somebody and say, reposition yourself. But when you got to understand, he didn't just reposition himself. He went to the valley. How many know sometimes God will bring you down to bring you up? Oh, y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Sometimes God will bring you in the valley to bless you. Sometimes God will help you lose everything. Sometimes God will cause people to walk away from you, abandon you, just so he can bless you. Oh, anybody in the valley today? Anybody in the valley in the spirit? Anybody been waiting on God to move? And it seems like the more you pray, the farther back you go. Look at somebody and say, that's all right. Come on, tell somebody and say, neighbor, I'm about to reposition myself. I'm going to pray for an hour now. Maybe I was praying for 20 minutes last year, but this year I'm going to pray for an hour. Oh, maybe I was before God for 20 minutes last year, but I'm going to get in his presence an hour this year. Reposition yourself. So the Bible said Isaac, he didn't cry, he didn't complain, he didn't begin to say, God, why not? He didn't see some of us engaged. It's rough when you're giving up and you don't know you're giving up. It's a dangerous state of mind when you're giving up and you don't know you're giving up. When you said, God, in your spirit, I just can't do it because opportunity is never going to come my way. See, Isaac didn't give up. He didn't quit. He repositioned himself and he went to the valley. And the Bible said he digged some more wells. Look at somebody and say, dig some some more wells. Oh, it's going to be rough, church. How do you dig wells when you done lost everything you had? Isaac lost all his resources. He lost all the wells his daddy had. He lost all the revenue he had coming in. But he went in the valley and he digged in his pocket and he found the resources and he digged some more wells. And guess what happened? God began to bless him. Oh, but check this out. The Bible said the servants, his herdsmen, began to struggle with the herdsmen of Gerar. And the Bible said the herdsmen of Gerar said, this is our well. How's somebody going to claim what's yours? See, the devil got a way of trying to take what belongs to you. Anybody know what I'm talking about? You've been praying for years for the blessings you got. And it looked like the devil trying to take everything you got. The Bible said they strove with him. And guess what Isaac did? He didn't fight him. He didn't get guns. He didn't get swords. He didn't begin to cry. He said, you can have it. Why? Because if God blessed me once, he can bless me twice. Oh, y'all gonna hear me? Somebody should have been shot. I said, if he can bless me once, he can bless me twice. Look at somebody and say, you can't stop my blessing. Oh, no, nobody can stop what God is about to do for me. I believe in 2020 that something is about to happen. I believe in 2020 that opportunity is about to roll down from heaven. Look, you may be in the valley, but won't you praise him right now? You may have lost everything in 2019, but I dare you to praise him right now. You may be going through, but I dare you to thank God, thank you right now, because God is about to do it in 2020. High five somebody, say opportunity is about to come your way. Come on, tell them get ready. God is about to bless you. Come on, tell them get ready. God is about to open doors. Get ready. The windows of heaven are about to be released in your situation. So listen. God is going to do it. Isaac had to reposition himself. Sometimes, church, we gotta redefine our relationships. We got too many haters around us. We got too many negative people in our ear. We got too many people telling us what didn't happen for them. Look, I'm sorry it didn't happen for you, but can I believe God for me? I'm sorry it didn't happen for your children, but can I believe God for my children? I'm sorry you didn't get healed, but can I believe God for my healing? Look at somebody say, reposition yourself. So Isaac called the place Esek. He said, because they strove with me. He just gave it to him. But then, church, key number 4, you don't have to fight nobody for what God had for you. What God got for me is for me. So when Isaac strove with these herdsmen, he said, you know what? You can have it. Because if God did it once, he can do it again. See, you got to relate to this. It wasn't easy to find water. Now, to dig a well means that they didn't have any instruments. They didn't have any tools. They didn't have anything to tell them that water was in this area. To dig a well, you just had to have luck. You had to dig in the right spot and believe God that water was going to be there. So you got to understand, lots of folks dig wells all over. You ever went to your backyard and the dog dug up the dirt all over the yard? You falling all in the holes, tripping because the dog just digging up all over the yard. That's what it was like to find water underground. They just was digging, hoping to find water. But something about Isaac, that God's anointing was on him, that he was able to find water. So Isaac said, what God got for me is for me. But this is what I love about him. He went and did another well. Everybody said he repositioned himself again. Sometimes you got to keep repositioning yourself until you get to the place where God wants you to be. Sometimes you got to reposition your circle of friends until you get in the circle that God wants to use to add to your spirit. Sometimes you got to reposition yourself. But here's Isaac. Another opportunity closed in his face. Here's Isaac, the son of Abraham. Here's Isaac, who God told he was going to bless him, had another opportunity to close in his face. Anybody ever got a job and you said, Lord, I'm going to retire on this job. Oh my God, this is a good job. Only to get there and find out that every devil from hell worked there. You ever... I'm serious. You ever moved in a neighborhood and said, God, I'm finally in the right neighborhood, only to find out the same thing that was happening in the hood is happening in the suburbs? But I'm trying to tell you, Isaac, you know what he said? He said, you know what? I realized that this is another opportunity that just seems like it can wet and pass me by. Anybody in here had some opportunities in 2019 that kept passing you by? You thought you had finally found the right person. You thought you had finally positioned yourself to be blessed. You thought that God was going to finally do it, and all those doors just kept closing. Well, guess what? The Bible said Isaac repositioned himself again. So you got to understand what God got for you is for you. So Isaac left that place, and he digged the third well. He digged another well. And the Bible said after he digged this well, they fought with him again. 3 wells. They clogged up his daddy wells. He digged the well in the valley. He relocated. They told him he couldn't have that well. This is the 3rd well. 3 times Isaac had lost his wells. Opportunity still had not connected with his destiny. Look at your neighbor. Say, neighbor, whatever you do, don't stop believing. Say, don't stop digging. Say, don't stop being faithful. Don't stop trusting God. You got to understand, because things did not happen the way you thought they was going to happen, it does not mean that God is not in it. When I'm trying to help you understand, sometimes my success, sometimes my opportunity is in the midst of my struggle. It's in the midst of my adversity. If you had some adversity in 2019, can you give God some praise? Because God is about to do something in 2020 that's going to blow your mind. Look at somebody and say, neighbor, there's an opportunity that God is about to send your way. There's a set of circumstances that God is about to line up to bless me. There's a set of circumstances that God is about to line up for me to go to the next level in my life. Now, if I got some real believers in here, I need you to give God some praise. I said, I need you to give God some praise. I need you to say, Lord, I thank you that in 2020, I'm about to come out. Come on, say, Lord, say, I thank you in 2020, opportunity is about to run in my house. It's going to run in my children's house. It's going to run in my family house. Now come on and give him some praise. So listen. Sit down just for one moment. The last thing that happened to Isaac, he went and he moved for the 4th time. And when he moved this time, he digged the well. And the Bible said nobody fought with him for the well. And he called the place Rehoboth. He said, because God had made room for me. And I'm here to let you know, church, that in 2020, God is about to make room for you. I'm here to let you know, church, in 2020, God is about to make room for your children. But check this out. The Bible said, I don't know where this place was. It didn't tell us it was in the valley. It didn't tell us the location of it. But what it said is that nobody strove with it. So what I'm beginning to think is Isaac went somewhere off to himself. I'm beginning to think that Isaac went somewhere where nobody else wanted to dig. I'm believing that Isaac went somewhere where nobody else had herdsmen. I believe in Isaac went out to wait because nobody else thought that water was over there. Oh, what I'm about to tell you, God gonna bless you in some places that you ain't think you was gonna get blessed in. God's gonna open some doors that you didn't think was gonna open for you. Look at somebody and say, neighbor, God is about to make room for me. If you believe it today, I want you to stand up on your feet and begin to give God some praise because God is about to make room for me. Now, won't you run to the altar and give him some praise? If you know that God is about to make room for you, won't you come on down here and give God some praise? Check this out, church. And we're about to do something. The Bible said a king of the Philistines went to Isaac when he saw he was blessed. How many of you know God will let your enemies see you blessed? God will make the naysayers see how blessed you are. The Bible said he went to Isaac when he saw how blessed he was. And he began to say, we want to form an alliance with you because we can see that God is with you. And when I'm trying to help you understand, God is going to let folks know that he's with you. You don't have to say a word. Look at somebody and say the proof is in the pudding. See, when God opened doors, the devil going to see it. When God opened doors, your enemy's going to see it. When God opened doors, every tongue that rose up against you will be pulled down because nobody can stop what God is about to do. Elevate those hands. God is about to make room for us. God is about to make room for us. Come on, controller. God is about to make room for us. Opportunities that did not exist yesterday will exist in 2020. Doors that were closed in 2019 will be open in 2020. Opportunity is a set of circumstances that lines up for you to receive a blessing. Right now in the spirit realm, God is setting up the circumstances. He's putting the right people in the right locations so that you and I can be blessed. Oh, Father, we thank you that opportunity is being released in 2020. Every stronghold is being pulled down in 2020. Every attack of the enemy is being destroyed in 2020. As our elders lay hands on you, I just want you to receive what God is doing. I want you to receive what God is doing. For eyes have not seen and ears have not heard the things that God has prepared for us. Now, Father, I thank you today.